Hey guys, so today we are talking about why did the Savage Squad break up? What happened between Eva Gutowski, Furtado, Meredith Foster, and Teala Dunn? What happened with them? Why did they all expose, call out, and dump Meredith Foster? Why are you still watching this video? What is going on? Can I piece it together? Stop staring at my dragon. I'm gonna try to get through it as much as I can. This story is a bit older, but things have now resurfaced, which is why I am talking about it. As always, these videos are simply for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be taken seriously. Just because I say something doesn't make it true. I am just only sharing opinions on this channel. Opinions are not facts. You know, please feel free to research all stories for yourself, come up with your own conclusions. I'm going to tell you that, especially in this case, today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is allegations. These are just allegations. Allegedly this happened, conspiracy theory. It could have not happened this way because, see, in today's video we're talking about different people's perspectives of one situation. And you know how it is with situations between friends, right? There's what happened, there's what they thought happened, there's what she thought happened, and then there's the truth, which is somewhere in the middle. So I cannot confirm or deny that what I am telling you really happened because I am going off of people's accounts of a friendship. So allegedly, conspiracy theory, maybe this happened this way or maybe it happened another way. I am just responding to internet drama, okay? This is what people are saying and I'm just giving my opinion on it. And as always, please do not go to anyone's channel. Please do not bother anyone that I talk about in today's video. Please don't bug the people that I talk about and leave them mean comments on their social media or anywhere else. Okay, so let me just say that Meredith Foster used to be called Teala Babe 09, and when I first started YouTube, that's what she used to be called. She used to do this lifestyle beauty videos, and she was kind of like Mac Barbie's 07 predecessor. You know who Mac Barbie is? That is Bethany Moda. I don't know how many of you guys know what I'm talking about. That's the old school YouTube. So basically, Teala Babe 09 and Mac Barbie 07, Bethany Moda and Meredith Foster used to rule YouTube, okay? They were like so popular. That's where everything was at. That's where all the viewers were at. Okay. As time went on, Meredith Foster, who I always loved and thought was a nice girl, changed her name to Meredith Foster and kind of fell into a friendship. And they were known as the Savage Squad. Their names were Furtado, Teala Dunn, and Eva Gutowski. And they basically all had very successful channels and they all hung out together. They were fast friends and this will be important later, they basically showed their entire lives, their entire friendship on social media, on their YouTube channel. Here's a video of them opening up Christmas presents, holiday presents, you know. They basically allowed millions of people to watch their friendships unfold, and they were the, Savage Squad. Okay, fine. So basically, around last summer, things started to get weird. There were tweets that were tweeted out by the girls where Meredith was clearly not included at all whatsoever. And people started asking, what's going on with Meredith? Where is Meredith? Now, to set up the scene, and I wish that I didn't have to mention this in this video. I try to stay away from these topics usually, but it has to be said because it's part of the story. Around this time, last summer, basically the story that was going around was that Meredith Foster allegedly had some type of a disorder with her eating, okay? I don't know if she has one. I wish all the best to people that do have one, and I hope that they get help and do start feeling better. And, I don't know if she has one, but this was the story that started heating up to the point where Meredith even released an entire video saying that looks don't matter and, certain things that she has are hereditary, and it got really bad for her, okay? And it still is, and people are still saying these allegations. I don't know if it's true or not. I wish anyone suffering all the best, and I hope that they can get through it, okay? This will be important as we go on. Basically, people started seeing last summer that these girls were no longer allegedly friends with Meredith Foster. And they started asking what happened with Meredith. And basically, little by little by little, different women started kind of calling her out and like exposing her. So her friends started exposing her. Now, basically, in my opinion, one of the craziest stories was told on a podcast by one of the girls, in which basically one of the girls started alleging that Meredith allegedly hooked up with Teala's crush. Basically, Teala tells this, and I think it's Teala. You know, if I get certain things wrong and if I don't tell you the whole story, it's hard for me because they have so much drama, I can't possibly go over everything. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay. So allegedly, Teala Dunn told the story on a podcast where Meredith basically went to a party with Teala, and you know, they were, you know, having a good time. They were, you know, I guess drinking, whatever, they were having fun, and she wanted to leave and Meredith wanted to stay, and it was a very large party. And you know, she alleges that she has told Meredith at the time that there was a guy there that she had feelings for. She liked this guy, she had a crush on this guy, and what ends up happening is that the next day, allegedly, this girl claims that Meredith told her, oh, sorry, I was really drunk and I hooked up with him. And of course, her friend Teala was like, you know, I'm very upset about this. How could you do this? You know, what's going on? Girl code? Like, that's what I right away thought. Like, you guys probably know that there's this girl code that you don't hook up with or sleep with your friends, ex-boyfriends, current boyfriends, or people that you have a crush on. Like, if a friend tells another friend that they have a crush on a guy and they want him, he kind of automatically, you know, in girl code becomes hers, and you don't touch him, you don't make a play for your best friend's crush. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that some people will say, well, you know, who gives a shit, because obviously, like, you know, they weren't together. But I understand this girl Teala, or Teala, or however the hell she pronounces her name. I totally get it, because if she's alleging that, you know, her friend, allegedly Meredith, hooked up with some guy, you know, and by the way, we don't have Meredith's side. Maybe this never happened. This is just one of her friends' account of what happened. So allegedly, maybe Meredith hooked up with her friend's crush. I don't know if that happened or not. We don't have Meredith's side. Yeah, allegedly, maybe conspiracy theory. Okay, now the other problem that really seemed to plague the girls, and what I think, like, honestly, if you're looking for a gut reaction from me, what I think really tore the girls apart was the lifestyle change and the new different thing that started happening with Meredith. So basically, Eva had tweeted some stuff out saying, and this is, again, this is last summer. This is what Eva tweeted out. The fact that I've been so disrespected by someone I thought was my best friend, and then since Twitter world doesn't know the full story. Somebody had said Meredith. She said, the sad reality is the savage is 3, and that isn't by any of our choice. We're choosing to thrive and to try to move on happily. And people started saying, are you talking about Mare? Mare is Meredith's, you know, nickname. And then Eva posted this very, very, very long, like, explanation, which kind of highly alluded to the fact that there was some type of a eating change, or, you know, like, let's just say eating disorder on Meredith's part, which tore them apart, which is sad. And the fact that, like, what a lot of people have said is the fact that Meredith's friends kind of exposed this alleged eating disorder is not cool either. That's a private issue that's very severe and very serious and needs to be dealt with by the individuals involved. And she posted this very long message. I'll read you some of the things in it. She said, long story short, one of my best friends have been having a really tough time in the past few months with some personal things. Teala and I especially have been scared, confused, left alone on how to handle someone dealing with these things. I've invested many nights calling, offering to just bring over a coffee and talk, offered my love, read books on how to help, looked up YouTube videos and more. And basically they go on to say that Meredith allegedly just, like, stopped talking to them and kind of withdrew. And, you know, if you look now, they all still follow each other on Instagram. But what has actually brought this back up is Furtado went on the internet and actually said, and by the way, I'm gonna link the videos where I found this out down below in my description box, so you can go and check those videos out. But Sierra basically said that she had gone to Coachella with Meredith, and there's no drama, there's no shade to her, but Meredith has allegedly changed, and there's no shade to her, and her new lifestyle change really, you know, has, you know, come between them. She's alleging with how she now eats. Another thing is, I believe that one of the girls, I think it was Eva, also went on the internet and started talking about the fact that basically what ended up happening is that one of her friends had tried to kind of, like, change her lifestyle as well, whereas she was encouraging Eva to like look at the scale all the time, download all these weight loss apps, and it culminated in, I believe it was Eva. I think it was Eva. If it wasn't Eva, you'll forgive me. But one of Meredith's friends and Meredith allegedly were in a health food store. They were in Whole Foods, okay? And the girl was getting herself a salad. She really wanted a cookie. She went for the cookie, and allegedly Meredith was like, you know, you don't need that cookie, put the cookie down. So finally her friend was like, you know what, F this, screw this. I don't want to be obsessed with my weight, she had said. And she was like, oh, you know, I want to live my life normally. I don't want to check my calorie intake every 5 seconds. You know, this seems really dangerous. This seems like there is obviously, listen, I'm no doctor. I don't know what's going on. Like I had originally said in the beginning of the video, this seems like a very serious and private matter. I don't know what's going on, but they're definitely, like, one thing is for sure. I think my gut reaction is they mainly stopped being friends because of this new health kick and this new issue with Meredith that has come in between all of her friends. I don't know if they're friends right now. They could be perfectly fine, but the fact that they're still talking about how they're not as close, it allegedly is something to be said. And I feel like obviously there wasn't just one thing that led to them, you know, being like Savage Squad of 3 instead of like, you know, 4. I think it was a lot of things. Obviously girls going for each other's guys allegedly is not a good look. I'm sure there were a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. They even said the internet doesn't know the full story. When you're young, a lot of the times you're friends with people, and then when you grow older, you're no longer friends with them. This is an age-old story. But there's two things to consider here. First of all, when you are friends with your coworkers on YouTube, it's going to be difficult. A lot of people don't want to admit that YouTube is a job for a lot of these people. I guarantee that YouTube was a job for these women. And when you are friends with your coworkers and sometimes your ideals do not like line up and you guys start changing as human beings and as people when there's like certain disorders involved. And then on top of that, your coworkers, it gets even harder. Another thing is, I personally think nobody can be friends on YouTube. I know it's a very controversial, radical feeling. I think that YouTube is not for friends. I think it's for business and I think it's for fun, but friends, I don't know. And there'll be so many people that will tell you that, oh, they made so many friends. But even if you look at people like Jeffree Star and his squad that all kind of broke up, there's a reason for that. A lot of people blame Jeffree, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's hard to be friends on YouTube. I've said this before years ago. It's best to have allies and acquaintances. And I think that when you really are friends, things that happen on YouTube can destroy friendships, as you can see here. Also, you know what? They put their lives on camera. The positive about keeping quiet about your private life and your friendships is that no one will ever know if they end it. And in this situation, because the Savage Squad put all of their shit on camera, this is why they have to explain the end of friendships on camera. Maybe they're perfectly fine now. Maybe they'll find their way back to each other. At least they didn't unfollow each other. Maybe they're absolutely great. But that is just some of the drama that happened between them. I'm wishing Meredith Foster all the best. I hope that if anything is going on in her life, that she gets through it and she gets the help that she needs, if she needs it. Maybe she doesn't need it. It's not up to me to make any accusations or decisions, and I'm wishing everyone mentioned all the best. That's enough for all the drama for today. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Here are some other videos that you could check out if you would like to watch them that are similar to this one. Thanks so much for spending some of your time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.